Hello and welcome to my channel, Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to our collaboration celebrating our favorite holiday, Halloween. Myself and Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling and Monica of Up All Night DIY decided to share our love for Halloween with all of you. Now check out this lovely little retro Halloween beauty that I found at Mount Dora's Renninger's Extravaganza that I went to just this past month. I was so tickled pink by seeing her, or tickled orange I should say, by seeing her. And she was on a cast-off table that everything on the table was $1, and I couldn't believe it. I thought I was so fortunate because I thought she had so much potential. Now, I know many of you might think it's a little strange and unusual to be crafting for Halloween in February, but you know, there's only so much of Valentine's Day that you can take. And there's one thing I know is that there's a lot of people out there who absolutely love Halloween. Now, I absolutely love this cute little witch, and I decided that she needed to add a little sparkle to her. So I'm adding some more glitter. She already had some glitter, so I decided to add a little bit more just to really make her shine for this next coming Halloween. I'm also going to add some glitter to her sunglasses to make them look very chic. But again, all I think she needed was a little bit of TLC, and of course, a little glitter never hurt. So I think she looks fabulous, and I can't wait to display her. Oh, and of course, we need some inspection here from a little black cat for a Halloween witch. I think it's so adorable how Kudu always seems to show up when I'm doing something Halloweeny or something witchy. And there she is. Can't wait to show her off during Halloween this year. I always love to have items in my stash that I can use all year long. And these tea tins are wonderful, especially when it's pumpkin spice. What else am I going to use it for but Halloween decor? Now, I love making assemblages because I can put together the little items that I have in my stash or that I've found along the way in my thrifting, or just things that people give me as gifts. And I think it's just so adorable to have a cute little Halloween assemblage on the corner of my desk every Halloween. So here I'm using some papers from, I think these were from Temu. But these I had bought like a long time ago. There I was calling Luna to get onto the table with me, and there she is making her inspection of my latest projects. Now, as you notice, I'm not on my regular craft table. This is my dining room table. Yes, I still have not had a chance to clean out my craft room so I can get back to where I once belonged, as the Beatles would say. So here I made this cute little medallion, just folding up some papers that I already had in my stash. I had those cute little vintage kids in my stash. And now I'm just going to put things together. It's so easy. And again, what I love about assemblages as well is that they're small little compact ways to decorate your home or your table or any little corner of your house. Now I had these little cutouts as well. And I can't remember where I got them. I know I got a whole envelope of them, and I don't know if I got that at a garage sale or at a church bazaar, but I just love vintage Halloween. Now, these are leftover branches from those Halloween trees at the Dollar Tree. So if you have one in your stash, and perhaps you're done with it, or maybe it's just not in the best condition, you can take apart the branches and just put those in a box, and that's an easy way to save them for the following year. This is a little ornament that ended up in my stash somehow, and it's a little ghost. And I wanted to put a skewer inside the ghost, but I didn't want to do it from the top. Of course, this was an ornament. So all I'm going to do is use my my glue gun, use the heat for the tip of the glue gun, and make a hole at the bottom of the ornament. And that is the way that I'm going to attach the skewer. One of the great things of doing Halloween decor after Halloween is all the stuff that you find on sale. And there was this cute little orange Christmas tree, or bottle brush tree, I should say, because it's a Halloween tree, that I found again at a church bazaar. And I think I paid, I don't know, there was a couple of them. So I think I got them all for 25 cents, believe it or not. What can you get for 25 cents these days anymore? I don't know. So tell me, what can you get for 25 cents these days? You can't even get a Coca-Cola. You need like $1.25. that's about it. And you still need $1.25. I don't remember seeing anything that's 25 cents anymore, except for stuff that you find in the bazaars. So I got a wooden block, and I used some paper. Actually, that's from Grabby. The paper is from Grabby, which I am very proud to say that I will be promoting their subscription boxes this year. So I have a new subscription box that I'll be promoting very, very soon. But look at how cute this has turned out. I am so happy with this. Just using those little characters, those cutouts. And again, you can get a lot of these images from the graphics fairy. That's why I chose to do this, because if you have a tin and some Halloween paper, you can go to the graphics fairy and get some of these little cutouts. Just put them on cardboard or cardstock so they're a little stronger. And then I'm just using these Scrabble tiles that I had in my stash, and I'm just kind of antiquing them a little more. And I'm going to spell out the word witch. It's just the cutest little thing. There's so many ways you can make your own assemblage. I should make a whole selection of tin assemblages for Halloween, trying to find these colors. Maybe I can find one that's... Actually, I do have one new tea tin that's a midnight black color. So I'll be using that very, very soon. So another fun thing that I found in my stash are these tiny, teeny little party hats. And I guess these are for New Year's Eve. I actually bought this in a bag of stuff, again, at a church bazaar. And I think it cost like $1.50 or something. And it was just a random bag of stuff. And I thought these little cones would be cute for so many things. And of course, here comes Kudu once again to check out what I'm doing, because I'm going to create a little witch, starting off with this little hat. And I'm thinking, if this turns out cute, maybe I'll make a whole series of these little witches. I'm trying to make smaller decor items simply because of space, space. And it's just so cumbersome to have large decor items in your house. I forgot to mention that what I did there was I filled a bag with rice, and that's going to be the bottom of this shelf sitter, which is what I'm creating. Now I'm using these spongy things. I don't know what to call them. These little foam rollers that I had in my stash. Other words, in my hair collection, I suppose. But I had these, and I thought these would be perfect to make my little legs for my shelf sitter. That's what it's going to become. So that's what I was thinking. It'd be cute to make a whole little collection of shelf sitters using those cones. So this is a tryout, and I might make more during the actual Halloween season. So I'm just using some of my fabric from my stash and rolling that foam roller right into it. Now I'm going to need to buy more foam rollers, I think. I don't know. No, I've only used 3. I have plenty, believe me. But this is a great way if you have them on hand. If not, they're still only $1.25, and this is the best way to make any kind of characters or shelf sitters that are flexible, so you can, fix the arms or the legs. So these two will be the legs, and now I'm creating the arms with some smaller foam rollers. This is the circumference, I guess, of the foam rollers a little smaller, so it looks more like an arm. And again, just using fabric from my fabric stash. So one of the steps that I forgot to mention was I did cut out some paper or some cardstock to put at the bottom of my little cone to cover where I put the bag of rice. So again, it could be a bag of rice or beans, whatever is easiest for you. So all I did was glue those little legs to my filled in cone. Now I had a second cone, and that is what I used to cut out the fabric, this beautiful little black and white polka dot fabric to make the dress for my little witch. The best thing about making these small little designs also is the fact that I can use all my scraps and my trims, everything that'll match. And I love this. It's not buffalo check, it's gingham because it's smaller. If it's buffalo check, then it's bigger, right? Anyway, so I'm just adding this beautiful black and white gingham to the bottom of her dress, and I think it's just going to look adorable. Not only that, I thought it was a little too much of a mini skirt. She needed to cover up. She's a decent little witch, so she needed to cover up a little bit. but I just think it's so cute. Then of course I had these beautiful little pumpkins in my stash, and how adorable is this to just draw your own little pumpkin face. Now if you don't have a pumpkin, you can also just take fabric and fill it up and just put like string. You can put black string to make the rinds. I forgot what they're called, the sections of the pumpkin, and you can do that as well. So you don't have to wait to find pumpkins in the store, but more than likely you might find some on clearance, like very, very inexpensive. And I was lucky enough that this little pumpkin also had a little hole at the bottom, which was perfect to glue on to the dress. Look at how perfect that is. Now, I also thought it needed a little bit of trim around her neck just to give it a little more flourish. And I tied the ends of the arms and the legs, even though it doesn't have any hands, but this is kind of like a primitive look, a retro primitive look. Now I'm just adding a little bow around her waist. I added a little ruffle around her neck. And last but not least, of course, I need to make a little witch hat for her. Again, I just used some black cardstock that was in my stash and these ribbons that were also in my stash to make this cute little witch's hat. Just the witch's hat alone is so adorable. And I know that this is way in advance of the Halloween season, but you know what? Last Halloween, I felt like I had to rush through so many projects. And then I had Christmas like writing up right behind, and I barely had the time to really finish all the projects I wanted to finish during Halloween. So this is a great way to get started on these slower months that really don't have a lot of big holidays. I mean, March does have St. Patrick's Day as well as St. Valentine's Day in February, but until Easter, really, there aren't any really big holidays. So take advantage, and before you put away your stash, get it out and get inspired. So I hope this inspires you. I also added some little tassels to make some hair. I think it came out so cute. Now let's take another look.
Oh, pumpkins and raggedy ghosts, witch hats by the fire, where shadows boast, black cats cozy, curled up tight. Halloween's here, under the moon's pale light. Lanterns flicker, dancing low. Jack-o'-lantern grins, a mischievous glow.
I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you check out my sweet friends Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling and Monica of Up All Night DIY, and everyone who joined us on this collaboration to get some Halloween inspiration. Thanks again for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my full playlist of Halloween fun. You can do this during Valentine's Day if you'd rather just skip that holiday. Anyway, I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure, and I will see you again very, very soon.